Well, this next song gets an introduction because it was really written about these people up here, and especially the first few lines, which is, of course, the most important part of a song when you're writing a song, gives you the rest of the song. So, in the beginning, Lindsey Buckingham lived in San Francisco his whole life, and Stevie Nicks' family was transferred up there in 1965. Lindsey Buckingham was 16 and Stevie Nicks was 17. I was a senior, he was a junior. I met him once, and then I never saw him again for 2 years at the end of my second year of junior college. And he and his band called me and asked me if I would like to be in their band. And this was very much a compliment because it was kind of like sight unseen. I mean, they didn't ask me to come over and audition or anything. They just said, "You want to join?" I'm like, "Sure." We were in the most amazing time in San Francisco. It was like, it was pre-Woodstock, it was the mecca of music, and if you were a musician or an artist, it's absolutely where you wanted to be. It absolutely beat New York out. So there we were in San Francisco, in this amazing city where all this music was going on, and we had an amazing band. So we started opening up, like 8 down, for big shows. So I'm going to tell you about a few of them. Jimi Hendrix, 75,000 people at the Santa Clara Fairgrounds. Janis Joplin, Frost Amphitheater, Stanford University. Santana, right before the movie Woodstock came out, at Carmel, Monterey. The Fillmore West, we opened for Chicago when they had their biggest album, the Color My World album. And then, last but not least, because there was many, but this is the fun one, we were stuck in Lodi with Creedence Clearwater. Seriously stuck in Lodi. I think our car broke down or something, because it was very funny. Anyway, so that's where we got like our experience. And the great thing about opening for these big bands was that then, the perk was you got to stand over like on the other side of Christine or on the other side of Lindsey and like soak it all in, which we did. And we learned a lot from those great artists just watching them for 3 years. So anyway, when this is all going on, I heard about this store in downtown San Francisco called the Velvet Underground. And this was an amazing store where you could go and buy, like all the famous rock and roll women went there. And I think now I'm hearing more stories that a lot of the rock and roll men went there too. So anyway, this was the store. So I saved up my money, which my mom and dad did not make me put in the savings account. I was going to school, drove up there, went to this store. It was tiny, it wasn't big, but it had this beautiful painted floor. And I'm standing on this floor and I'm looking at everything going like, there's no way I can afford anything here. However, I had this like seizure premonition. And it said to me, something is coming, something big is coming. Didn't know really what it was, but I knew it was something big. And what it was Fleetwood Mac. It was Chris, John, Mick, and Lindsey. And I felt it standing in that store that day. So what I want to tell you is, if you have a dream and you believe in it, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't have it, because that is crap. You can have it. All you have to do is set your focus and go for it, and you can have it. And maybe someday you'll be a big rock star. So I'm back to the Velvet Underground, back to the floor that I love, to a room with some lace and some paper flowers, back to the gypsy that I love.